Hello, my name is Isaac and welcome to a new segment on the channel, Ghost Hunter Reviews. Today I'm reviewing the paranormal investigator Zak Baggins from the TV series Ghost Adventures. Zak Baggins started his career as a ghost hunter in the early 2000s in the ongoing series Ghost Adventures. His stated reason for this was that he encountered a ghost as an adult and wanted to recapture the experience on camera. In his early career, Zak would go into a lockdown with his fellow investigators Nick Groff and Aaron Goodman. After a short tour and an interview with witnesses of the paranormal events reported at the location they would be going to. In his later career, Zak Baggins would open a museum with allegedly haunted artifacts and have a full camera crew and sound team with him on his paranormal investigations. Now that we've done a short overview of Zak, let's break down what he is like as a ghost hunter and what, in my opinion, makes him a good or bad paranormal investigator. Good points about Zak Baggins. Well, he tends to be charismatic and seems to genuinely care about his craft and fans. He does talk to individuals of other religions outside of his own in what appears to be an attempt to understand the context of spirits and rituals done by those spirits and cultures rather than just labeling them demonic. Zak Baggins has also been known to help regular people with hauntings when reached out to. He does seem to make an effort to debunk experiences and to ensure their authenticity and to bring in new tech to help him find and research paranormal. On an unrelated note, he is also a huge Ghostbusters nerd, which to me is always a plus. Now, onto the bad points about Zak. Well, not to rag on the guy, but this list gets a little long. To start with, Zak can have a bad habit of putting investigators in harm's way. Often when Zak hears stories of aggressive spirits, he will send Aaron Goodman or another teammate in alone with no help or support except for a walkie-talkie. That's not to say he won't go in himself, but it's rare enough for him to go in. It's a trope of the show. At times, he may even put out people who allegedly have attachments to negative entities who are dangerous in alone and encourage them to antagonize those entities, possibly even getting them hurt. This is also seen in his museum, where he, instead of using replicas that would be relatively safe, Zak exposes guests to actual items, some of which are reported to have spirits attached to them, powerful enough to destroy lives, if not kill. Even with Zak's staff having some variety of safety protocols for guests, I still feel this is a major demerit, as it's still exposing people with limited to no experience with the paranormal to what may be dangerous and powerful forces. Another issue is that some of these items can have questionable stories, such as Zak Baggins' Dybbuk box, originally a wine cabinet given to the original owner's mother that had a spirit attached to it that nearly killed her. The original story for the box was said to come from a family that had survived the Holocaust, that was cursed with the vengeful spirit meant to be given to Nazis to do harm to them. Now, the new story, as released in one of Zak Baggins' most recent works, is that there are now 10 of these boxes, each of which supposedly containing the parts of a demon conjured by Jewish witches to help fight in World War II, despite there being no such spells and magical practices attributed to Jewish folklore and beliefs. That is not to say a malevolent spirit isn't attached to the box, but it does cast major doubts on the Dybbuk box's validity and authenticity. Another problem is, despite guests on his show with a variety of spiritual beliefs, Zak can have a glaring bias or naive view of spiritual ideas and religions. Some examples include Zak referring to the upside-down cross as satanic, when in fact the upside-down cross is actually the symbol for St. Peter, who was crucified upside down by request as to not be crucified in the same manner of Jesus, so he wouldn't distract from Jesus' sacrifice in Christian tradition. The five-pointed upright star in the center of her circle, likewise, otherwise known as the pentacle, or pentagram, is a sacred alchemical symbol representing the five prime elements: fire, water, earth, air, and spirit. Neither of these symbols are inherently evil, but in the practices of magic and spiritual kind of sciences or use, it's not the symbol but the intent of and what it represents to the user. For example, as what is called a modern heathen, the cross and body of Christ could be considered an evil symbol to me, as the Christian religion invoked these symbols when they murdered the priests and priestesses as they drove them from our ancient temples, as well as torturing our ancestors into converting to their religion, to the point of, some cases, starving them to death and throwing them into dungeons where they would be forgotten for long periods of time. Sorry if I sound a little riled up talking about Christianity's dark side, but it can be kind of a sore point for me personally, as I've actually personally encountered it in my own life. However, that also plays into making the point I'm making. The much more tolerant version of Christianity we have now is certainly not the Christianity of the past. For example, in one of Zach's cases, a spirit was known for destroying Christian statues. Zach chalked it up to a demon. However, given that the spirit of a young woman whose child was bricked up in the wall as an infant and was herself locked in a room to be driven mad and die was supposed to haunt the place, all while her family claimed that she had an affair with the devil to the point of having their home exorcised. On a personal note, I would say having my family use their religion to murder my child and lock me in a room to go slowly mad, all while preaching at me about how I'm an evil lover of the devil and going to hell until the day I died, then having someone several hundred years later try to kick me out of my own home using the same religious icons and beliefs and figurines to try and force me out of it, would probably make it where I would be tearing the heads off of those religious figurines myself. Look, I'll be honest. Zach Baggins isn't alone in this bias, I know, nor is he by far the worst case. Believe me. I just think it's time to stop pretending that Christianity has this squeaky clean past when it very much doesn't. Heathens did some bad shit too, no doubt there. I just believe paranormal investigators should be as neutral as possible when it comes to religion. There is a responsibility for those who claim to be experts on the spiritual and paranormal matters to not spread misinformation and harmful stereotypes of spiritual beliefs. You know what? I will say this, if Zach Baggins ever finds this video and watches it, this is my message to you, Zach. Although I doubt you'll ever watch this at all, I don't hate you. I think you can do better, and should do better. I loved your show growing up, and I have watched your career quite a lot, even when it annoyed my friends. I wouldn't say you're a bad guy, but you have a good bit of room for improvement. Your heart may well be in the right place, but you should do more research on religions and be less inclined to put people in harm's way. This has been my Ghost Hunter review, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and comment what your thoughts are. Thank you for watching, and like I said, if you have another Ghost Hunter that you would like me to do a review on, or you have an interest in me doing something about, please let me know down in the comment section down below. Thank you for your time, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thank you.